Hey and welcome to the Daily Man United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Rio Ferdinand urges Harry Maguire to leave Man United after a fresh Erik Tanhaag snub. Manchester United legend Rio Ferdinand has urged Harry Maguire to leave the club after starting on the bench against Wolverhampton Wanderers on New Year's Eve. The England international had an impressive World Cup in Qatar, but since his return, he has been limited to just two substitute appearances while missing the Carabao Cup fourth round tie through illness. Manager Erik Tanhaag preferred to continue with Luke Shaw in central defense alongside Rafael Varan yesterday, and Ferdinand believes Maguire should start looking for a new club right now. He told BT Sport via the Mirror the following: "It raised eyebrows when you saw Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire on the bench. It shows what Tanhaag thinks of those two guys. If I am Harry Maguire, I am looking for a new club right now. He is faultless for England. At Man United, it hasn't worked out for him. This new manager is showing him he is not going to be one of the top two centre-backs. I'd be telling my agent to go and find me a new club where I can play regularly and enjoy my football." Maguire had a good run of performances for the Three Lions at the World Cup. It was anticipated that the £27 million rated star could cement a starting spot at United with Lisandro Martinez being away. However, Casemiro was preferred ahead of him against Burnley, where he was ill. He has been in the matchday squad for the last two outings, but Shaw has got the nod for the left centre-back role. Tanhaag has talked about Maguire's fitness level recently, but in our opinion, the manager may have picked Shaw in order to have a left-footed option at the heart of the defense. Shaw has done exceptionally well from the position in the last two games, but he could move to left-back against Bournemouth, with Martinez likely to return to the starting lineup. David De Gea shows why he deserves a fresh Man United contract. David De Gea was in superb form on New Year's Eve, as Manchester United secured a 1-0 Premier League win over Wolverhampton Wanderers on the road. The fixture has been tightly contested over the past few years, and there were no surprises that the scores were level at 0-0 at the half-time interval. A Marcus Rashford goal in the 76th minute sealed the win for the Red Devils, but things could have been different if not for De Gea's strong reflexes. The Spanish goalkeeper has been in fine form for United this term, and he made a superb diving save towards his left from a Ruben Neves free kick. Right towards the end, Raúl Jiménez produced a powerful header towards goal, but De Gea was on guard to make a terrific reaction save for United. De Gea was pivotal to the victory in the Midlands and clearly showed why United should finalize a new long-term contract with him in the near future. The Spaniard's current deal expires in June next year, and the hierarchy have decided against triggering a one-year extension in his £375,000 a week contract. Instead of this, they have started talks over a fresh renewal with a pay cut. In our opinion, United should not have second thoughts over prolonging his stay. De Gea is still learning his trade of distributing from the back, but the Spaniard needs to be applauded for the desire to improve under Erik Tanhaag this season. The €15 million rated star has averaged more passes and long balls per game compared to last term. He has also been faultless in goal ever since his Brentford display. United have been fancied to sign several goalkeepers lately, including Porto goalkeeper Diogo Costa, but keeping De Gea and spending big on a marquee striker makes more sense. Luke Shaw praises Rafael Varan for helping him adapt as a centre-back. Luke Shaw praised teammate Rafael Varan for helping him cope with his change in position as a centre-back in yesterday's victory over Wolverhampton Wanderers. Manchester United came away with all 3 points in a hard-fought contest at the Molineux. Substitute Marcus Rashford came off the bench to score the winning goal, much to the delight of Erik Tanhaag. United were solid in defense, and both the centre-backs Shaw and Varane played really well. In his post-match interview, Shaw said, "It helps when you have someone like Varane next to you. He spoke to me a lot, not only in the game, but before too." He was asked about the manager's decision behind benching Rashford, to which he replied, "People can do whatever they want. Maybe that has been the problem in the past. People getting away with silly little things, but the manager takes that into consideration. You saw today that if you don't keep standards high, you won't play. When you have got someone like Marcus Rashford to come on in the second half, you know there is a goal coming. Shaw has nailed down his position in the first team after yet another flawless performance. When Lisandro Martinez returns, the Englishman is expected to move to his original left-back position. Manchester United to resume contract talks with Alejandro Garnacho. According to popular Italian journalist Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United will resume contract talks in the next weeks with talented Argentine wonderkid Alejandro Garnacho. Garnacho is one of the most talented players coming out of the United Academy in recent years. He has really broken into the first team this season and is already showing his quality on the biggest stage with some memorable performances. Tanhaag has started to use Garnacho regularly as a starter or off the bench, and his performances are almost always superb. There are things that the talented youngster would like to work on, but he has a lot of talent. Garnacho started the game against Wolverhampton Wanderers last night in place of Marcus Rashford, but was taken off for the latter in the second half. He will be hoping to get more regular minutes as time goes on. Having been hyped as the next big thing in Old Trafford for quite some time now, it's impressive that Garnacho is right now managing to live up to that tag and has convinced Tanhaag to play him ahead of a number of impressive attackers they have. Manchester United apparently want to renew Garnacho's contract and give him improved wages so that he would be happy and would want to stay at the club for a long time. It remains to be seen how these negotiations go. Garnacho's current deal with the Red Devil runs until 2024, although the club do have the option of extending this by a solitary year. He will, however, no doubt be renewed on a much longer deal if the negotiations go well. The more impressive performances that Garnacho puts in, the more difficult it would get for Man United to renew his contract. He is likely to attract suitors from the top clubs around the world, which is not ideal. Man United will be hoping to wrap up this contract extension as soon as they can. Let's see if they can reach an agreement soon, especially since Real Madrid could be interested in signing him, as per Manchester Evening News last month. Erik Tanhaag lauds Fred after his impact as substitute for Manchester United against Wolves. Manchester United manager Erik Tanhaag was impressed with the impact Fred had after coming on as a substitute against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Julian Lopetegui's team welcomed the Red Devils to the Molineux Stadium on Saturday. Speaking after the victory to beat the Sport, Tanhaag felt that United were better in the second half than the first 45 minutes. The Dutch manager pointed at Fred's introduction into the game and the impact that the 29-year-old had on the proceedings. Tanhaag said the following: "In the first half, we were not good in the game from the organization, but also the presence. The second half, in my opinion, was better. I think also with Fred, he came into the game, he gave good energy, he was holding balls, he was linking up and he was winning second balls." Fred has mostly been a squad player under Tanhaag this season. Eriksen has pipped the 29-year-old in the pecking order. However, the Brazilian still has the quality to make an impact for the Old Trafford side. Erik Tanhaag confirms that Jadon Sancho is back in Manchester, but still not ready to play. When Erik Tanhaag was appointed as Manchester United manager, he had a lot of pending issues to deal with. Anthony Martial, who was on the verge of leaving, has found a new lease of life in Manchester, and the Dutch boss man management seemed to have rubbed off on Jadon Sancho as well. The former Borussia Dortmund man became the joint top scorer in pre-season and started off the season by scoring crucial goals against arch-rivals Liverpool and Leicester City. But a dip in form occurred and suddenly the fearless winger started showing signs of nervousness when presented with the ball at his feet, too afraid to take on his man and constantly passing backwards to his fullback. These were not the traits that forced United to fork out €85 million for his services back in 2021. and it was decided by the manager that the England international would be better served if he worked on his mental and physical fitness alone. Club sources had also indicated that the 22-year-old took a break from social media to focus on his family and the second half of the season, which the club fully supported. Sancho missed United's warm weather camp in Spain to undergo his own personal training in the Netherlands with coaches recommended by Tanhaag. After working on himself, Sancho is now back in Manchester and will resume training at Carrington, but for now, it will still be a lonely exercise before he can start working with the group. The United boss was quoted as saying by the Daily Mail the following: "He is back in Manchester and will start individual training. Of course, the time is coming, but the time is not now. He is making progress, and we will see when he is ready to return to the squad." Sancho has not played for United for 10 weeks, and fans will be eager to see him make a comeback. Tanhaag and his coaching staff will assess him before allowing him back into the fold. Erik Tanhaag comments on the possibility of Manchester United signing a striker. Manchester United manager Erik Tanhaag recently detailed the club's intentions of signing a striker in the January transfer window. With the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo, United are short-staffed in terms of leading the attack, while the contributions of Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial are worth praising. There are a dearth of attacking options to lead the line. Cody Gakpo was viewed as a viable option for Ten Hag, but his move to Liverpool has derailed the search for a striker. During the pre-match press conference via manunited.com, ahead of the Premier League game against Wolverhampton Wanderers, Ten Hag was asked about any potential striker signings in the January transfer window. Ten Hag said the following: "It's always difficult. Strikers are expensive, and especially in the winter, but you have to set the limits high with what we are looking for, so maybe we have to be creative, but we do everything we have in our power to get that done, to get the right players who fit in the balance of the front lines." Speaking further on the subject of buying a striker, Ten Hag was optimistic about the length of the transfer window and that things might happen later on. When asked whether the chances of purchasing a new striker were 50-50, Ten Hag did not agree with the sentiment. Ten Hag went on to add the following: "No, I don't think you can judge that and rate it, because it's about timing, it's about availability, it's about so many circumstances that play a role in it." It remains to be seen whether United will ultimately enter the market for a striker. With several options lined up such as Joao Felix and Dusan Vlahovic, the market could get interesting for United in the next few weeks. Manchester United battling Chelsea to bring Tammy Abraham back to the Premier League in January. Manchester United are reportedly battling Chelsea to bring unstoppable Tammy Abraham back to the Premier League in January. That's according to a report from Calciomercato, who claims that Chelsea have the option to buy back the 25-year-old striker, but Man United are following the situation closely. Erik Ten Hag desperately needs to bring a top-class centre-forward to Old Trafford this month in order to really make a strong push for the top 4 during the second half of the season. We think that Abraham would be the perfect addition to Ten Hag's United squad at Old Trafford. The ex-Chelsea man is big and strong, is exceptionally athletic, and has pace in abundance. He is also a very good finisher. The 25-year-old has bagged 31 goals and 7 assists in 73 games for Roma. The 25-year-old won't come cheap though. The buyback option that Chelsea have on Tammy is said to be worth 80 million euros according to the Mirror. That may just be deemed by the United board as too much money, and for that kind of cash, we would be hugely surprised to see Tammy Abraham join Manchester United this winter. Marcus Thuram ready to reject Newcastle United for Man United transfer. Borussia Mönchengladbach striker Marcus Thuram is prepared to reject Newcastle United for a move to Manchester United in January, according to Bild. The Frenchman has less than 6 months remaining on his Mönchengladbach deal, and the Bundesliga outfit are now contemplating over a mid-season sale. They are ready to accept offers in the region of 12 million euros, and it's reported that United are one of the dream destinations for Thuram, ahead of the new year. Newcastle United and Aston Villa are also keen on landing his signature, but it's claimed that they should save their bids as they are not lucrative options for him. The Frenchman has managed 17 goal contributions for Mönchengladbach this term. He was also influential at the World Cup with an assist in the final. Hence, the 25-year-old is enjoying the form of his life this season, and he could be a handy signing for United considering his impressive attacking statics. According to FBref, Thuram has managed to join most touches in the penalty box, 96 in the Bundesliga this term. Only compatriot Kolo Muani has matched him. Meanwhile, he has registered 85 progressive passes this campaign with 23 successful take-ons. He is ranked 8th and 9th respectively in those aspects. Aside from his attacking attributes, he has also caught the eye with his tireless work rate. He is capable of operating as a main striker or from the left wing position. With a relatively low transfer fee, United should consider signing him in January. It appears a risk-free solution as they would be getting an informed attacker. I will be uploading daily Man United news show, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.